passing of Senator Dianne Feinstein, Governor Gavin Newsom wasted no time in naming someone to fill her seat. LaFonza Butler will be the state's new junior senator, and if you haven't heard of her before, it is probably because she has never held public office. John Ramos has reaction from the Bay Area on the selection.
Well, that didn't take long. Governor Newsom said he was going to appoint an African-American woman to the open Senate seat, and that's what he's done. And now it looks like the next senator from California is not only not going to be from the Bay Area, she's not even from California. In selecting LaFonza Butler as interim senator, Governor Newsom made it sound like it was just an off-the-cuff decision.
I'm like, wait a second. What about LaFonza? And I was like, do you have her new number?
But Sonoma State political science professor David McEwen says there was a lot more thought put into it than that.
If you look at this selection, it's both fascinating and cynical at the same time. Remember, this is a guy who is not running for president while running for president. And at the same time that he's doing that, trying to make history with his appointments.
He's certainly done that. Butler will be only the second African-American woman to serve as California senator and the first openly LGBTQ person in that position. She leads an organization called Emily's List that helps women candidates supporting abortion rights. She's been a close political strategist for Vice President Kamala Harris, in addition to working for one of the biggest labor unions in the state. McEwen says all of those things would help Newsom in a potential run for president.
But also at the same time, by picking a political insider, this is someone who is also part of the political lineage and part of the political cousin relationship that exists between Governor Newsom and Vice President Kamala Harris.
But what's rubbing some people the wrong way is the fact that Butler lives in the state of Maryland. She reportedly owns a home in California and would need to change her voter registration before being sworn in. That doesn't sit well with Carolyn Weisinger.
And we want people who are in our area, have been in our communities, have been on the ground level, and that's unfortunately not the case in this particular instance.
But Weisinger, an El Cerrito City Council member, has another reason for being disappointed. She is a supporter of Oakland Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who was hoping to get the appointment to help her chances of winning the senatorial election next year. Newsom said he wouldn't name someone who is currently running because he didn't want to influence the primary. But he now says he's put no restrictions on Butler entering the race after she's in office.
Well, I wouldn't have appointed someone I didn't respect and admire and someone I couldn't back up and vouch for. So she'll make that decision.
I wouldn't say it's a double cross. I'd say it's something that may happen.
But would that feel unfair to you, considering that was the reason he gave for not considering Barbara Lee for this position?
It would amplify my disappointment, absolutely.
Is it even conceivable that he would make this selection and not have a pretty good idea what her plan would be afterwards?
That would be called political malpractice by staff. If he were to do that, you have some idea.
McEwen says it's rare for a political strategist to become the candidate, and there's no telling how it may play out.
So in some ways, it's like a fascinating case study of what will come over the next, say, 1 to 2 years.
The fact he chose someone most people have never heard of shows Newsom is playing chess, not checkers. This is political gamesmanship at the highest level, and the real objective here may not just be a seat in the Senate, but a seat in the Oval Office.
And we are learning more about LaFonza Butler's professional history, serving some major roles in different sectors. In fact, serving as the president of the Emily's List organization since 2021. She'll now step down from that position, and she also served as an advisor for Vice President Kamala Harris's 2020 presidential campaign. Butler also spent more than a decade as the president of California's largest labor union, representing home care workers. She also served a stint at Airbnb as its public policy director. Now, Butler is expected to be sworn in to the U.S. Senate on Wednesday by Vice President Harris.